Hello, this is Mr. Gambino here with a new stream, and this stream I'll be going over the event week for this week in Grand Theft Auto Online, and this one started on very early Thursday, and it's going to go until July 19th, I believe. I believe it goes until like 1 to 2 a.m. PST time, July 19th or 20th. And it started on like July 8th. So essentially it's a longer event week for this particular event week. Similar to the event week with the 2 times on the vehicle cargo, whatever. Similar to that, where it's a longer event week. Not as long, I believe. But still, longer event week nevertheless. And yeah. As seen in the title, there is new survival maps, 7 new survival maps actually, which is pretty cool. Always nice to get some new survivals, I think, for sure. Pretty old mode, it's from day 1 of the game, but it's pretty cool when they rehash it and give it like new maps and whatnot. Might have been like a couple years maybe since the last new survival maps from Rockstar, not including the like Halloween survivals, whatever. Those ones are pretty boring in my opinion, the Halloween survivals. Regular survivals, it's been like 2 years I think since we've got any. But yeah. Event week highlights include 2 times money RP survivals, as you would expect with there being new survivals, of course. 3 times money RP as well on free mode events and challenges. That one's pretty okay. It's not too great necessarily because you can't guarantee it. Not too great since you can't guarantee free mode events and challenges. And then there's also 30% off the P45 Nakota for a little highlight on one of the discounts. I'll talk more about the modes later. But yeah, podium vehicle for the week is the Retinue Mark II. Not to be confused with the regular Retinue, it's the Retinue Mark II. I think the original Retinue was with the, like, Smuggler's Run DLC. Not sure exactly what DLC this one's from. But from what I see, it's actually a pretty good performing vehicle. So it's a pretty decent vehicle, apparently, performance-wise. Again, I'll go into that more later. $5,000 RP, whatever. But for a moment, I'm gonna check my audio here, I suppose, real quick. Why not? Yeah, I'm gonna check my audio real quick before we go into here. Alright, I heard myself, so good. Seems I'm good to go. Seabound Legendary or Sovereign, one of the two. Might be on Sovereign actually. Alright, yeah, it's probably on Sovereign. I didn't see it for a while there. Alright, here it is. It's actually from the Diamond Casino Heist, the Vapid Retinue Mark II. So the amount you save kind of depends on if you have the trade price or not, apparently, on this vehicle. But yeah. If you have a trade price on it, which The way you get the trade price is like with traditional Diamond Casino Heist vehicles, you have to use it as a getaway vehicle. You don't have to actually use that as a getaway vehicle, you just have to have it selected as a getaway vehicle, because it's quite inconvenient to use a getaway vehicle in Diamond Casino Heist if you're doing it efficiently. But yeah, if it's selected as your getaway vehicle and you complete a heist, if it's selected as a getaway vehicle, you unlock the trade price if you complete it. So if you have trade price, you save 1,215,000 at least. And then buy it now, 1,620,000. So you save quite a bit more if you don't have a trade price like myself. But yeah. Retinue Mark II for performance is actually pretty interesting. The Retinue Mark II for lap time is actually 4th place. And top speed for the Retinue Mark II is 7th place for the Sport Classic class. So yeah, it's a Sport Classic class vehicle. So you're not getting top 3. You're not getting within the top 3, unfortunately, at all with the Retinue Mark II. But for lap time, you're getting within the top 5, and then for top speed, you're still getting within the top 10. So that's still pretty decent in terms of performance, for sure, in my opinion, no doubt. By the way, credit for performance stylist goes to Bruffy1322. I use this spreadsheet when I go over the lap times and top speeds. But yeah, and then customizations. I could see customizations kind of being pretty good on this vehicle. I don't entirely know what the customizations are on the top of my head, and because of course there's so many vehicles in this game and whatnot. But yeah, at least it's pretty good performance apparently. So that alone, I think, makes it a pretty worthy podium vehicle. And actually, there seems to be a livery on it, so if you keep the livery, you might save another like $20,000-ish to $30,000-ish dollars. If you keep the livery, how it is. So that's the Retinue Mark II. Okay, what the heck? I just got a random phone call, probably like English Dave or Tom Connors or something. I think it's English Dave because I think he's the one that calls. I think Tom Connors texts when it comes to like those DJ missions that are random as all shit and whatnot. But yeah, pre-em race Sonora Freeway for the supercar class. So Sonora Freeway taking place on a freeway. Obviously, you should expect a lot of straights. So the name's pretty self-explanatory enough, should be very straightforward, should be a lot of straights, not a lot of turning. Unlike most races, which could have a lot of turns and corners, this one's very straight. With like little turns, I imagine, again. So for the supercar class, I'll only be going over top speed for now, at least. Maybe I'll be going over lap time for the time trial. But yeah. Top speed for the supercar class. First place for the supercar class in terms of top speed goes to the P-Fister 811. P-Fister 811 is 1,135,000 or 1,145,000. One of those two prices I'm very certain of. And it's from like the Finance Felony DLC, so it was like a mid-2016 release. So you have to go quite the ways down to find it on the Luxury Motorsport website. But yeah, P-Fister 811, especially in days of Cayo Perico, I wouldn't really go with anything cheaper or anything. In fact, second place for top speed for the supercar class for top speed again is actually a good few to several $100,000 more expensive. And that is the Principe Devastate 8, and that's second place for top speed for the supercar class. And that's from the Doomsday Heist, I'm pretty sure. That one's like late 2017, so you shouldn't have to go as much down on the Luxury Motorsport website. And then the Banshee 900R is actually third place for top speed for the supercar class. Banshee 900R requires converting a regular Banshee, which is like 135,000, something like that. it requires converting it to a Benny's vehicle, which you can do at Benny's, the office garages, I believe, with a mod shop there, and then the arena, I believe, if you have the Benny's mechanic or something, you can do that at the arena as well, I think, for the upgrade price to Banshee 900R. But the thing is, the cheaper vehicles, I believe, for Benny's tends to have the more expensive upgrade prices, from what I recall. So you're probably not going to get a much cheaper vehicle when it comes to the Banshee 900R compared to the P-Fist 811s. I'd probably just stick to number 1 for top speed for the supercar class, being the P-Fist 811. And yeah, Banshee, you can easily find that on the Benny's website, the regular Banshee, and then if you want to go on like legendary, then you gotta go like all the way to the bottom, I think, on that website. Because it's day 1 vehicle for the regular Banshee, not the 900R. That's the one that you can customize it to, which is top 3 for supercar class for top speed. Time trial. Where is that time trial? Okay, where's the time trial? Damn it. Oh, there's a low detail thing online as well, not the story mode. Doesn't help too much though, I don't feel. Okay, screw it, I'm gonna try to find it in here then. Here it is. Okay, Up Chiliad. Okay, Up Chiliad is a pretty interesting one. I believe you go to here, and then I believe you go to where Down Chiliad actually starts, which is one of the... I think Down Chiliad was actually the very last... I think Down Chiliad was the last regular time trial for the first wave of time trials from like 2015. And I think that goes to like the cable car building, I want to say, or close to the cable car building. So you gotta go from there to close to the cable car, or like next to the cable car building, I believe. So that means you pretty much know what path you're going to be taking. It's not much like of a legitimate path in terms of Mount Chiliad, aside for what's shown here, obviously, I imagine. So yeah, hard to say really if you should go for a lap time or top speed on this one, because there's quite the turns on Mount Chiliad, and then, yeah, not necessarily too much straights either. So I'll probably just go over a lap time in terms of the supercar class and then motorcycle class. I already went over top speed for the supercar class in particular for the premium race anyways, but for motorcycles I'm going to practically stick to lap time. But yeah, top 3 for the supercar class for a lap time situation. The Progen Emirates. First place for lap time for supercar class is the Progen Emirates. Progen Emirates, I think it's like $2.7, $2.9 million at most. Probably 2.7, I want to say, on the Progen Emirates. And that's from the Diamond Casino and Resort DLC. Number 2 for lap time for the supercar class is the Benefactor Krieger. Benefactor Krieger, I think, is like another 200,000 below the Progen Emirates. So I think it's at like 2.9, 2.7, that's 2.7 or 2.5 million something. So obviously you might as well spend an extra couple $100,000 on the Emirates or the Krieger, I'd say. And then third place for lap time for the supercar class goes to the Debauche Wagner. The Debauche Wagner is... Yeah, Debauche Wagner is actually from the gun running DLC, and by the way, Benefactor Krieger, that's also from Diamond Casino Resort DLC, which was mid-2019, so not too far below on the Legendary Motorsport website. Gun running is like a mid-2017 update, so that's quite the ways down compared to those two vehicles in terms of the website order and whatnot. But yeah. Debauche Wagner, I think, is like 1.5, 1.7, 1.8 million for the stock vehicle or something. So the Debauche Wagner is quite a bit more savings, but obviously, again, in days of Cayo Perico, you might as well just go for the Progen Emirates, the most expensive. Because you practically only have to do like one heist more for the Progen Emirates. But yeah. That's lap time in terms of a supercar. Quite honestly though, I don't think I would probably recommend doing up Chiliad with a supercar. I don't know, I don't feel like a supercar is going to do that good on the up Chiliad. And yeah, I'll go over lap time for motorcycle class as well. Motorcycle class, top 3 options for lap time for raceable vehicles, of course. Number 1 for lap time for the motorcycle class goes to the Nagasaki Shotaro. Nagasaki Shotaro is number 1 for lap time for motorcycle class, which is $2.3 million on the Luxury Motorsport website from the Bikers DLC, which is a late 2016 update. So again, on Luxury Motorsport, you'll have to go quite the ways down for the Nagasaki Shotaro. Not only that, but I believe you do have to play a match at Deadline in order to unlock the Shotaro. So if you've never played a match at Deadline, which would be weird considering there's been new maps of Deadline kind of recently, then you might want to play a match at Deadline if you want the number 1 lap time motorcycle in the game. However, as I'll explain later, there is a better option for the motorcycle class, which is actually top 3 lap time and top speed. Number 2 for the motorcycle class for a lap time situation goes to the Hokcho Drag. By the way, going back to the Shotaro, I think you can lean forward or backwards with the stick for the best possible speed. I believe it's the only vehicle in the game with a speed bonus of going one way with your left stick. I think it's the only vehicle where you can get a boost from going forward or backwards with your left stick. Or L3 for PlayStation 4, like myself. And then, yeah, Shitsu Hokcho Drag. That's second place for lap time for a motorcycle class. It's like a $800,000, $900,000 motorcycle. So a significantly cheaper motorcycle than the Nagasaki Shotaro at 2.2, 2.3, 800, 900,000 for the Hokcho Drag. Hokcho Drag, again, that was also released with the Biker DLC, so you should find it around the same spot as the Shotaro on the Luxury Motorsport website. But yeah. Hokcho Drag is a pretty interesting motorcycle. I think Hokcho Drag is similar to an ATV. I think the Hokcho Drag works very similar to ATV, where you have to lean forward with the stick for the best possible speed. 95% motorcycles in this game, I believe you have to lean backwards with the stick for the best possible speed. Shitsu Hokcho Drag and another one known as the Nightblade, I believe, as well. Those are 2 motorcycles that you have to actually lean forward with the stick, similar to an ATV, for your best possible speed on the motorcycle. So yeah, if you're using Hokcho Drag, you should probably lean forward with your stick for best possible speed. And then finally, number 3 for lap time for the motorcycle class, and it's actually also number 3 for top speed for the motorcycle class. Also the only vehicle I'm going over that's top 3 for lap time and top speed for the time trial vehicles that I went over. And that's the Body 801. Body 801 is a very old motorcycle, being from day 1 of the game. It's a sports bike from day 1 of Grand Theft Auto 5 and online. So you have to go to the way bottom of the legendary, we have to go to the way bottom of the Stubborn San Andreas website for the Body 801. That one's $8,000, $9,000, or $10,000 compared to $800,000, $900,000 even with the Hokcho Drag. It's also technically better performance than both the Shotaro and the Hokcho Drag. Because like I said, the Body 801 is actually a lap time and top speed top 3. So if you want the best performance overall on really any time trial, the Body 801 is definitely the right choice. Because you can't use any rocket boosted vehicles anymore as of the last couple years, obviously. So yeah, Body 801. And that one you have to lean backwards with the stick, like with 95% motorcycles with the Body 801. So you gotta lean backwards with the stick for best possible speed on the Body 801. Like I said, in Body 801's best time trial vehicle, in general. Now for the RC Bandito time trial. RC Bandito time trial for the week is Vespucci Beach. But yeah. I don't remember this one too well necessarily, but yeah. I have a couple like sources I'd recommend if you want a guide on this one for some reason. Rather than going to a guide though, I kind of recommend just doing the time trial yourself and learning from mistakes. Time trials are intended for you to do them multiple times and you learn from them and whatnot. So yeah, I recommend just going from personal experience and correcting your mistakes as you go for the time trial. But if you want a guide, there's GTA Series videos. GTA Series videos does videos on all the time trials. If you observe how they move their RC Bandito and whatnot, then I'm sure you could learn how to do the time trial. However, I'm aware of GTA Men. I know GTA Men does RC Bandito time trials. I don't watch GTA Men's time trial guides, but obviously I assume they're very good because he has a couple 100,000 subscribers, I want to say. From what I last recall. So GTA Men I'd probably recommend if you want a good RC Bandito time trial guide. And yet being only the RC Bandito being allowed for the RC Bandito time trials. Not anything really in terms of vehicle advice on that one, obviously. But yeah. Now for money opportunities. Ron, I don't care, okay? You've been pretty irrelevant since, like, a Smuggler's Run, actually. I wanted to say a Heist update, but he's technically in the Smuggler's Run update. He actually runs that business, essentially. But it's kind of worse business, but so still. But yeah. Anyways, 2 times money RP, survivals, and then free mode event challenges, free times. I think those are the only 2 money opportunities for the event week. So I'll start talking about the survivals because it's on the pause menu, so it will be easier to talk about than the free mode events and challenges. So survivals. Every single map is 2 times money RP, and that includes new survivals as well. The newest survivals as of this event week. But yeah. Boneyard, Del Perro Pier Survival. I think those both are from day 1 of the game, unless this might be one of these new ones from this current event week for some reason. I think any with rank 1 are probably all the like newer survivals, the ones with like actual rank requirements I think are from day 1 of the game, I believe. But yeah, Boneyard, I think Boneyard has a pretty interesting glitch where you can like, I think you can glitch yourself into one of the planes where you can like not get shot, but you can shoot like the AIs. So there's a pretty cheap strategy you can do on Boneyard. But Boneyard does not have the infinite waves. You can only do up to 10 waves on Boneyard. Same goes for Del Perro Pier Survival. Industrial Plant, that's another one from day 1. Legion Square, Maze Bank, Processed, Rail Yard Survival, Sandy Survival, Sawmill Plant, okay, it seems those 9 survivals are all from day 1 of the game. All 9 survivals that have a rank requirement higher than rank 1, I think those are all from day 1 of the game in GTA Online. All 9 of those do not have support for Endless Waves. Endless Waves were a thing that they introduced with the new survivals a couple years ago. So any survivals from 2013 are not going to have the Endless Wave option. So for that reason, I don't recommend doing the old survivals at all, because you only have the option of doing up to wave 10. And I think you get like 30,000 normally, so I think you can get 60,000 with double money. But yeah, Boneyard, I know there's a way to like go into one of the like planes in the scrapyard, I believe. Which I don't recommend, obviously it's kind of like glitching and cheating and stuff, but yeah. Besides for that, I don't know too much on the day one survivals. But yeah. Farmhouse survival, that was from 2019. Forest survival was from 2019 as well. Grove Street survival was from 2019. Methyl Lab survival, that one apparently is from 2019 as well. Unless this was from day one of the game. This could be from day one or 2019. Nuclear Silo survival, that's from 2019. Okay, I'll move this real quick here. Let's see. But yeah, Stab City Survival. Stab City Survival is from 2019 as well. And then Zancudo Survival is also from 2019. So any that are rank 1 survivals that were checked off for me were from 2019 with like the Diamond Casino Resort DLC whenever they released those survivals. Any survival from 2019 for sure has the endless wave option. And I would assume any from this current event week also has an endless wave option as well, since they added the survival creator and endless waves among many other things with the survivals, which is pretty amazing. So yeah, new survivals from the last couple years, pretty cool compared to the very old ones, I'd say, in terms of functionality and whatnot. Probably the best of the 2019 survivals would probably go to the Nuclear Silo survival. Reason being is you only have to deal with Juggernauts. I think Juggernauts are in all the 2019 survivals, but I don't think there's helicopters in this one, obviously, as it's an interior. I think all the other 2019 survivals have a mix of Juggernauts and helicopters, so you will have both Juggernauts and helicopters to deal with when it comes to the 2019 survivals, besides for this one. Stab City survival used to be a good survival, but they took out the like dumpster or whatever of the Stab City survival. There used to be a really good spot where you could just camp in Stab City survival, but as far as I know, they actually took out the like good cover in that one. So unfortunately, this is not a good survival anymore at all, since I think they took out the best cover in the like whole entire survival there, since you couldn't last for endless waves. And then there's 7 new survivals. Glass Hero survival, that seems to be one of the 2021 survivals here. Quartz survival seems to be a 2021 survival here as well. Ibatsu Motors survival, that's a new one as well from 2021. Quarry survival. Scrapyard survival. Underpass survival, and then Vespucci Canal survival. Those are the 7 new 2021 survivals. So yeah, I'll probably be playing those later if the stream wants to work good. But yeah. Any 2019 or 2021 survival are probably the most worth playing. Like I said, wouldn't bother with any 2013 survivals as they do not support endless waves, meaning you're capped on the amount of money you make essentially. But yeah, I don't know, most likely you're probably not going to make it past wave 10, at least solo, I'd say. As for solo, maybe the 2013 one is going to be okay as well, but still. I would probably kind of go for nuclear silo survival so far as I know. Like I said, I think Step City survival used to be probably the best 2019 survival. But I checked the Step City survival at one point and they actually took out the like very good cover position. Because I guess Rockstar knew people were using the place of cover in the Step City survival to make insane amounts of money and whatnot. So I was like the one survival you could probably last end its ways on for the 2019 survivals, but yeah, they took out the best cover in that particular map, so they changed it, I believe. So Step City survival is no longer the same as it once was. And yeah, I don't know too much on 2021 survivals yet, obviously, so maybe I'll be experiencing that later. And then free times money RP on free mode events and challenges. Free mode events and challenges are like the things from 2015. There's a lot of like free mode stuff that tends to have a lot of like purple text box, I believe, for like different free mode stuff. Free mode events was like a DLC, I believe, from like September 2015, I want to say, or actually, no, not September 2015, but November 2015, I think. Because I think it was the first. I think the free mode events were from like the first DLC that was online for the 8th generation versions of the game. But yeah. Free mode events includes things like Hunt the Beast, Criminal Damage, Hunt the Beast, Criminal Damage, there's like air checkpoints, Hot Property, all kinds of different free mode events. There's a lot of them that are kind of hard to remember. And then challenges, I think, are ones like the headshot challenges, the like wheelie and stoppy challenges. But yeah. Unfortunately, free mode events, in my opinion, the new free mode events are nothing near as good as what the old free mode events from like the 360 and PS3 days once were. Those free mode events from the 7th gen are so amazing compared to the ones in 8th gen, in my opinion. For sure, like the armored trucks from the 7th gen, they're gone now. The crate drops, that's similar to like what we have with the business battles now. There's like plane takedowns, I think, on the 7th gen as well. So yeah. What I mean is, of course, the free mode events from 2015. But yeah. I already kind of mentioned a good couple of them that are best to do. I think the best free mode event for sure would have to go to Criminal Damage. Criminal Damage is a really easy free mode event. You have to destroy a bunch of like property. You have to destroy like the most property of any other player in a lobby. And doing so, you can get like upwards of 35,000, I think, normally. So 35,000 times 3, I think that could be up to like 115, 120,000 that you might be able to get from like a single Criminal Damage. Criminal Damage, I think, is definitely the #1 free mode event that you could do. But yeah, free mode events, I haven't went over it, but you need at least 6 or more players, I believe, that are active on the map, not in properties. It's essentially similar to business battles. You need like double the player count of business battles, so you need 6 or more players for free mode events to spawn. And that's at least 6 active players on the map, I'm imagining, not in like properties and stuff. You have to actually be active on the map and whatnot to count towards the 6 player minimum and whatnot. So if you're in a really huge lobby, you're most likely to get the free mode events, but the bare minimum would be 6 players. Because business battles are best with 3 to 5 players. The reason business battles is better with 3 to 5 players is because, of course, 6 or more players gives access to the free mode events as well. And free mode events and business battles cannot coexist with one another. So yeah, 6 or more players for sure for the free mode events and challenges. Those would be the best lobbies to be in. Motherfucker, man. But yeah. For criminal damage, I best recommend going to Fort Zancudo. I'll show what I kind of do in terms of criminal damage. I don't have one in my hangar because the hangar has a lot better air vehicles I could be storing. I don't like to store... Yeah, I don't like to store a bunch of like aircrafts that cannot be customized. For me, if an aircraft only has a respray option, I don't like to store it in the hangar, but obviously you'll be better off with the Savage and whatnot if you have one in the hangar. But if you have a Savage, I recommend taking out a Savage. Another honorable mention for me would Hydra. Hydra is another really good option, I'd say, for sure, in terms of criminal damage. Laser could be good too, but I recommend something with VTOL capabilities or the helicopters. So Hydra is really good. It's a jet with VTOL capabilities and it has explosive cannons, has the best weapon in the game. Best most overpowered weapon in the game. So does the Savage. So, I recommend having a Savage or a Hydra from Pegasus.
Call again. Goodbye.
And when you have one of those vehicles, you should go to Fort Zancudo. Because Fort Zancudo does not despawn the laser jets and whatnot during the criminal damage free mode event. I think certain other locations, I think the aircrafts actually despawn in certain other locations, like the Sandy Shores airstrip. I feel the aircrafts actually despawn there. And even if they don't, there's a lot more aircrafts to destroy and whatnot in Fort Zancudo than there is in any other area. So destroying all kinds of like lasers and stuff will rack up your criminal damage really high. So yeah, go over to Fort Zancudo with a Hydra or Savage. It's basically the best way to go about criminal damage, which is the #1 free mode event I'd say to take advantage of. Obviously, there's no way to guarantee what free mode event you get, I'm pretty sure. It's all like completely random, as long as you have the 6+ player minimum for free mode events to start spawning in a lobby. Whether that's an invite-only lobby, you could probably do it in invite-onlys or public lobbies, as long as there's 6+ players and not in their apartments. And yeah. Number 1 I said is Hunt the Beast. Hunt the Beast I'd say is another one of the better free mode events in terms of money making, as well as probably just one of the best free mode events in the current game in general. Hunt the Beast though is kinda hard as far as I know. Like you get a lot of time off the screen. I think you get like 10 seconds on screen per checkpoint you get. So, for example, I think when you collect like the 9th checkpoint, I think there's like 10 checkpoints you have to collect as the Beast. I believe you're revealed on the map for like 90 seconds. But yeah. In my experience, it's really easy kind of to track down the Beast. From my personal experience. Like, yeah, if you're the Beast, you have a lot of health. But trust me, in these days, with all the different weaponized stuff, good luck surviving as the Beast if someone's dedicated enough to go after you and whatnot. To get the money instead. So Hunt the Beast, I think it's kind of a nice one. And then the other free mode events I'd probably recommend would be the air checkpoints. Any sort of variant of the checkpoints. I think like 120 checkpoints tend to spawn for any of the checkpoint free mode events. And every subsequent one you get kind of gives you more money up to a certain point. And if all of them get collected by any amount of players for all 120, I think there's some kind of bonus, I believe. So yeah, air checkpoints is a very good one, and criminal damage. Hunt the Beast kind of is a good one as well. And yeah, like I said, there's just a whole lot of free mode events and challenges, so it's very hard to mention a lot of specific ones. But if I would have to choose a couple to prioritize on, definitely criminal damage, air checkpoints, and then probably for a third one, Hunt the Beast. Assuming you get chosen for the Beast, and if you don't, then obviously try to kill the Beast. So yeah, that's free mode events and challenges for 3 times money RP. You could probably make over 100,000 you could probably make over 100,000 if you win every single criminal damage, and that money could add up over time. Personally, I think the survival is definitely the better of the two money opportunities for the prolonged event week, because like I said, it's longer than a single typical 1 week event week. Goes to the 8th to the 20th, so it's like 11-12 day event week compared to like 7, which is pretty interesting. And they mentioned there will be a news wire on like the DLC, similar to what they did with Red Dead. But yeah. There is something I didn't get to mention yet in terms of the new survivals. In terms of the new 2021 survivals, competing in any single of the 7 new survival maps will get you $100,000 within 72 hours. So what that means is you have to play one of the 7 new maps of the new survivals for the 2021 survivals that Rockstar created, obviously. And if you do that within like 3 days, you'll get $100,000, or at least you're supposed to within 3 days. So yeah, there is a tiny bit of money you can earn from like a kind of like event thing going on, obviously, as well. But yeah, like I said, they did hint kind of at the next DLC with the Rockstar Newswire. Like, obviously we already knew the details and whatnot, but yeah. GTA Online Summer Update. GTA Online's forthcoming summer update includes the Los Santos car meet, the beating heart of car culture in southern San Andreas. Keep an eye out on the Newswire for more information coming soon. So yeah, the reason there's a prolonged event week seems to be that the most likely release date for the new DLC will probably be July 20th, which is Thursday, or 22nd or something. Maybe they'll release the update on a Tuesday, don't know. I forget if they typically do updates on Tuesdays or Thursdays for like full-on DLC updates, not just small event week stuff, obviously, and these smaller like additions as well. So yeah, obviously that part of the news wire suggests that we're going to be getting an update pretty soon. I imagine a week or 2 after the Red Dead update. That's definitely pretty realistic. So I think my expectation there is pretty accurate. That will probably be like July 20th or 22nd, whatever one of us do. Going off of like the prolonged event week and whatnot. And yeah, There's a Simeon export request bonus for the Sunset Tin oversized shades. Completing the export request by returning a vehicle to Simeon will get you the Sunset Tin oversized shades. And available within 72 hours of logging in after July 15th. So, like, July 18th or something, you should be able to get the, like, clothing thing if you decide to go for one of Simeon's export request things or something. Which I don't know if I have that text. Okay, yeah, I do. So, if you do one of these vehicles, if you give Simeon one of these vehicles, there's a clothing thing you can unlock, actually. And you will unlock it, like, a couple days after the 15th, which is like a couple days from now as of when I'm recording this. And then last but not least seems to be discounts. Alright, there's garages on discounts, it seems. Trying to make sure there's no other property discounts, that's for garages. Alright. I actually land the helicopter this time, because it's been kind of distracting in terms of talking about stuff. Alright. Dynasty 8. Not executive, but the regular one. But yeah, garages of all sizes are 40% off. So yeah, you're getting garages 40% off, not apartments. So while apartments have garages, the apartments are not on a 40% off discount. It's just the regular garages, not the ones tied to apartments. So if you want some really cheap 10-car garages right now, then definitely a good opportunity to take advantage of that all, I'd say for sure. So there's quite a good few 10-car garages that you can get for a pretty decent price if you don't mind having no apartment with them. Which obviously you don't really need an apartment as long as you have at least one apartment, so if you want to go to 10-car garages, it could be very good. If for some reason you don't have a lot or something for vehicle space and whatnot. But yeah, fortunately if you're wanting like actual apartments for 40% off, that's not the case. It's just like typical actual like standalone garages, not the ones tied to apartments. So for example, the most expensive one you can take advantage of is 150,000, which is 90,000 with 40% off right now. So very nice if you want some very cheap vehicle storage. And then last but not least seems to already be vehicle discounts. There's not any discounts on the Arena War website. No discounts for Benny's either. Does not seem to be discounts for elitists either, so the first discount website will be Legendary Motorsport. Alright. First discount on the Legendary Motorsport website goes to the Ubermacht Revolter, and I will actually click on it because it's a pretty interesting vehicle and you wouldn't necessarily expect that with a vehicle like this. But yeah, it's $1,610,000 normally. Right now it's $1,127,000. So you're saving less than $500,000, which isn't necessarily the greatest. But yeah, the Revolter is actually a 30% off discount. It's not 40, but it's a 30% off discount. And as you can see with this description here, please note weapon modifications can only be applied at a vehicle workshop inside Avenger or Mobile Operations Center. I don't think this is entirely up to date. I think you can do it in the arena as well if you have the weaponized mechanic. So the arena weaponized mechanic from 2018, that can do that as well, I believe. So you have a couple options if you want to put the machine guns on the Revolter. Whether you have machine guns on the Revolter or not, you can actually still use it in races. They just disable the machine guns, obviously, when you don't need them for a race of any kind. But yeah, I don't think I'm necessarily going to go for performance of it, because it's actually useful since it has machine guns on it for like a combat situation. But yeah, the machine guns, they're just like the typical machine guns. They're probably not like all that special or anything, obviously. At most, they probably just destroy vehicles in like a couple seconds or something, but yeah. It's not an air vehicle. It's not going to get you very decently around from point A to point B, because you can't like skip all around like buildings, and like you can't go across the like whole entire map probably all that easily within a minute or two or something. But yeah, I don't know, I might, since it is an actual like vehicle, it's a sport car or something. But yeah, okay, sure, I'll go over performance here. The Ubermacht Revolter for a lap time is 26th place on lap time. And then I'll look into the top speed. Alright, so going off of roughly 1322 spreadsheet for lap time and top speed, lap time for the Revolter was 26th place, and then top speed for the Revolter is 53rd place. So you're getting above average on the lap time, but still nowhere near the top 10, and then top speed is just horrible. It's below average. Don't bother for top speed. Well, I'll be doing survivals. Wasn't planning on doing Cayo for the stream. But yeah, survivals are the new content for the event week stream, for the event week, so I'll be doing those survivals. But yeah, Revolter, the performance is not that good for today's standard for a sports car. 26th place lap time is the best it has, which is nowhere near the top 10. So don't really get it for a performance standpoint. What you do want it for is for the weapon capabilities, but even that's not necessarily that great because it's just typical machine guns, which destroy normal civilian vehicles at minimum in a couple seconds. So it's not going to necessarily be good for grinding anyways. I'll see if there's any ever discounts on the Legendary Motorsport website. Also, not to mention, I think they've given the Revolter for free during like the After Hours DLC during like the guest list or something, which was like a couple years ago, but they have given it for free before, so not too worth paying for it if you don't have one already. Unless you want to collect all the different weaponized vehicles in the game like myself, then that's a good reason. And something kind of cool about it is it's a 4-door sports car, which is not necessarily too many 4-door sport cars in the game. That might actually be the only discount for Legendary Motorsport. Yeah, that looks to be the only discount for Legendary Motorsport, and it's a very interesting one, being that it can have machine guns on it. But yeah, I'll be checking for a moment here. Okay, they actually did like. But yeah. Fortunately, I won't be doing Cayo Perico because there's new survivals, and I'd rather grind privately by myself and whatnot because I'm in huge need of money right now. Because I'm trying to complete my weaponized vehicle collection, and I have to also still save money for the new DLC that will be coming out. So I've been heavily focused on solo grinding. I've been building up my arena collection recently, to be exact. But yeah, next discount is the Veeder. Veeder you can get for a trade price of $855,750. So, and that's on discount right now instead of $1 million to $22,500. Or for buy now, it's like 1.6 mil exactly, and for discounted price right now, $1,141,000. So yeah, Veeder's not normally all that worth it, but right now it's a way better deal, even if it's only like a 30% off discount. Alright, yeah, it is a 30% off discount. But yeah, the Veeder is just a Pegasus vehicle. And what that means is you cannot customize the Veeder or store it in a, like, garage property or anything. There's a couple exceptions in terms of Pegasus vehicles that you can modify into, like, a custom version. And then there's the personal aircrafts. You can turn, like, Pegasus aircrafts into personal aircrafts. But the Veeder, you can't really do any of that kind of thing with. You can't customize it, and you can't really store it anywhere either. So Veeder is just a Pegasus vehicle, no explosive resistance, not really that worth getting it unless you're big on collecting all the Pegasus stuff in the game. Currently, at least. And yeah, trade price, I didn't really show how to get the trade price. But yeah, you have to complete the finale for Cayo Perico Heist using it. So you have to find like there's a pie truck, and then you have to actually use it in the Cayo Perico Heist. In my opinion, not really worth doing that. You might as well just go one of the best methods for Cayo Perico. might as well just do one of the best ways of grinding Cayo Perico, where you can do Cayo Perico in 1 hour. Maybe even less. You can do Cayo Perico in, depending on like the tricks and stuff you use. Like you can use like job warps, and that can significantly decrease time. Me personally, the only like warp thing I can do is like a creator warp, where you just simply go into creator and it skips certain parts and stuff. So personally, I can do Cayo Pericos in like an hour. And I don't do the Veeder approach. I don't do the Veeder for my vehicle at all. I don't think it's really not worth doing. I do Kosaka, and a lot of other people can tend to do the long fin as well. So those are the couple vehicles probably worth using for a getaway, for sure. Next discount is the 30% off the P45 Nakota, which I put on the Spectator. But yeah, P45 Nakota, it's a very traditional plane that you can put missiles and machine guns on. But yeah, good thing to note with the P45 Nakota is it's not tied to Pegasus. You have to have a hangar in order to store it. Reason being is the hangar allows you to customize it, and it's one of the like 20 aircrafts in the game that you can full on customize it, not just a simple like respray. There's even liveries for certain vehicles in addition to like respray. A lot of planes only have like a respraying option. This one has like full blown customizations and whatnot, so it has to be in the hangar. But yeah. Obviously, it can go pretty well from point A to point B, being a plane, obviously. Missiles, machine guns, that's just kind of typical weaponry you see on an aircraft, obviously. Might have the option for bombs. It's just a very average plane. There's nothing I can think of that sticks out much with the P45 Nakota. I think it's like the HD Universe version of like the Rustler from San Andreas, which is pretty cool. Besides for that, not really much of anything I can think of with the P45 Nakota. It's not a bad vehicle per se to get, but yeah, if you're tight on money right now, I probably wouldn't necessarily go for it. RM-10 Bombushka. RM-10 Bombushka, again, is one of those like smuggler run aircrafts, or one of the like 20 aircrafts in the game with proper customizations. And for that reason, it must be stored in a hangar. It's not a Pegasus aircraft whatsoever. But yeah, RM-10 Bombushka. Oh yeah, and actually for explosive resistance, I don't necessarily think the P45 Nakota has explosive resistance. It might be like one missile and then like a couple explosive sniper rounds, like a usual typical aircraft. Maybe it does because of the armor upgrade it can have applied and whatnot. But even then, explosive resistance wouldn't be that much on the P45 Nakota. RM-10 Bombushka though, this thing's a giant-ass aircraft. So you'd expect it to have a lot of explosive resistance, but it doesn't. I think this thing blows up in 1 RPG, I'm pretty sure that's correct, on 1 RPG, 3 explosive sniper shots. This thing, I believe, has traditional kind of armor of a traditional aircraft. And that's even with an armor upgrade and whatnot. So, yeah, armor capabilities not that great. And it's a very, very huge target, so if someone really wants to go after you, it'll easily do so, unless you got, like, gunners in there with you. But yeah, P45 Nakota at least is a very good aircraft for solo usage. You don't really want the RM-10 Bombushka, I'd say, unless you play with friends. Unless you play with friends, I wouldn't really recommend it. And 3 million, that's a lot to ask when an update's right around the corner, so if you're trying to save your money for the update, this is not one I would recommend for the current event week especially. But yeah, For the weapons, it has explosive cannons. They might be normal normally, but you can upgrade them to explosive, I believe, unless it might have one gun at stock, but you might be able to add like a couple more explosive guns on it. So the explosive guns is pretty nice if you have the players to operate them, obviously. But again, unless you play with a lot of friends, it's not gonna be very usual. And aside from that, I think it only really has bombs, as far as I'm aware. And yeah. It does have a cargo ramp, which you can open. However, if you have certain upgrades on it, you cannot, like, put vehicles in the cargo ramp. Rockstar made it for some reason where if you have certain upgrades, you can't put vehicles in it. Probably because people would put, like, post-op vans and stuff like that with the biker businesses, and they would get those, like, stealth missions done much faster compared to it normally. So I don't think they liked people making money much with the Bombushka carrying, like, certain business cargo and whatnot. So I think, depending on your upgrades, you might not be able to store vehicles in the Bombushka due to some, like, measures they've put in place for the Bombushka or something. If you want a vehicle that can put vehicles in the back no matter what, then you can actually get the Titan, which is like 2 million, which is still cheaper than the discounted price right now, which is 30% off the Bombushka. Yeah, it's 30% off. But yeah. Like I said, it has like no explosive resistance, and being a very huge target, that's really bad, and it's pretty slow. The only time it really goes fast is if you get the Jado Thrust. If you get the Jado Thrust, you can take off really fast, but that's like the only moment you're probably going to go really fast for the most part. So it's not really good for much of anything in this game, I'd say, unless you have a lot of friends and whatnot, then it can be pretty beastly, I suppose. But still not worth it. Pretty interesting thing to note, actually, with the Bombushka is there's this little part in the newswire under the discounts, and it says, starting with this event, we will begin removing individual jobs to make room for further updates. These jobs will be cycled in and out over time as we continue to add to the game in the future. So yes, they're starting to vault content into the game now. In my opinion, I hate when companies vault content. Like, I get it if it's holiday content, I understand if it's holiday content to vault it and keep it vaulted until the next time the holidays happen. Like, obviously the Independence Day, Valentine's content, they always vault that stuff, essentially, until the next Independence Day and Halloween time around and whatnot. But yeah. If you go into adversary mode, speaking of the Bombushka, you'll notice something if you go into the adversary modes and if you're aware of it. Now, keep in mind, Bombushka starts with B-O. This is B-U, Bunker. This is B-E, Beast. What was between Beast vs. Slasher and Bunker? Bombushka Run. So yes. The first mode that they decided to vault in terms of... The first mode they decided to vault with the, like, new stance they have with vaulting content now. They decided to vault the Bombushka Run adversary mode. So for some reason you really liked playing Bombushka Run the adversary mode, it's gone right now. For some reason. Because I guess they randomly decided to want to vault content. Like, all these years, they didn't care to vault content that much unless they straight up went out of their way to take certain content out. But yeah, Bombushka Run is just straight up gone right now. Because they're starting to vault content. It's funny, though, that they say starting with this event, and they're starting to remove individual jobs to make room for further updates. They act like they've never done that before. Like, might I bring up the fact that they removed a couple contact missions in the game. They removed at least a couple to few contact missions in the game. Like, there's certain contact missions that might only be in the 7th gen versions and not the 8th gen versions of the game. And those will be gone, of course, once those versions go in 2021, like December 16th, 2021, when the 7th gen versions of the game go away and they don't bring those modes back at any point, and there's going to be contact missions that are going to be forever lost, most likely. And like I mentioned, there's free mode events that are only in the 7th gen version. So they've vaulted content before, so I don't know why they're making such a big deal that there's suddenly vaulting content again. I mean, I guess the heads up and warning about them starting to remove individual jobs vaulting content is kind of nice, so people aren't like noticing all kinds of stuff being removed and wondering why or whatever. But yeah, I think there is a reason they're vaulting Bombushka Run though. I think I heard the cannons don't work that well on the Bombushka. I think the cannons are broken from what I've heard on the Bombushka, so I guess the cannons don't work properly on the Bombushka anyways. So I guess that's kind of why they decided to take out the Bombushka Run right now, is because the cannons are broken, apparently, on the Bombushka. I wouldn't doubt it, the cannons probably are broken on Bombushka, because things probably get broken with this game, obviously, with updates and stuff. But yeah. Sucks for those who really like the mode, assuming it was even in a playable state, if the cannons are truly broken on the Bombushka. But yeah, keep an eye out and try to catch on to what modes Rockstar take out and vault in the game if they don't decide to announce it themselves, since they didn't say straight up that they took out Bombushka Run. People just noticed they did take out Bombushka Run. So yeah, Bombushka Run's the first of many modes they'll be like removing from the game and then bringing back as part of their like new little stance on vaulting content. Cause somehow suddenly after like 5-6 years, the game's suddenly too unstable to handle all these adversary modes. Like yeah, sure. Like, I totally believe that, and that they have to make room for further content somehow. Like, I doubt they need to make room for content. I bet they could keep everything on the game like they've been doing for years if they really wanted to. Especially with all the money they get from their shark cards and stuff. With all their shark card sales, and Mama's credit card for those youngins that do that kind of stuff, I guess. I just think it's really unnecessary. I really think it's unnecessary for them to randomly start vaulting content. People actually praise that stuff too. I saw GTA Men make a video about them finally vaulting content. I watched this video before that happened on vaulting content as well. I don't get it. Why do people want them to vault content? It's just a lazy excuse. I don't know exactly how to say it, but it's just laziness to take the content out of the game and not, like, fix it. Like, who's to say they're going to actually fix Bombushka Run or actually, like, change it up? Who's to say they're not just going to bring it back exactly how it was before? Like, is there even much of an actual reason they're taking it out but to, like, unnecessarily, like, take content out of the game? Like, if they really were running out of space for content, I think it would have been happening like years ago, and that they would be vaulting content. But sure, okay, Rockstar. All the recent stuff they're doing with like 7th gen and then vaulting content now, it's just really like scummy. I don't know how they managed to not do that stuff years ago, but suddenly now it's an issue to have to vault content and then fucking get rid of the 7th gen versions. I don't understand the point. Like, are they really running out of that much space to not even be able to handle 9th gen versions when they come out or something? Or whatever the fuck. So yeah, I did want to bring that up with the Bombushka, because they did mention they're vaulting content, and they vaulted Bombushka Run. So if you want to play, if you wanted to play Bombushka Run for any weird reason, it's gone right now. Because yeah, Rockstar's starting to vault content. And kindly please don't vault contact missions, Rockstar. Like, I bet if they vault contact missions, they're not gonna bring them back. I bet my ass on it, since they've already got rid of contact missions before. And there are certain contact missions they didn't get rid of, but are still in like playlists and stuff. But that's ridiculous, and not all the contact missions are in the pause menu. Actually, before I go into more discounts, talk about the vaulting content. can they not just rearrange these menus to, like, have air quota? Like, they could have one thing say air quota, and then there's an arrow. Click on that, it goes to another page with air quotas 1 through 7. Have one that says Beast vs. Slasher, then have it go to a subcategory that says Beast vs. Slasher 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, have one thing that has bunker adversary modes. Click on bunker adversary modes, then you get all the different modes. They could rearrange this menu drastically if it has to do with, like, all the space on this mode. If it has to do with all the, like, space that all these, like, individual things take up, if it has to do with that, just do some rework on your menus, Rockstar. Like, seriously, they could have one button for air quota, one button for this, instead of, like, vaulting all these different modes now. But yeah, V65 Molotov, 30% off. It's at 3.6, 2,520,000. But yeah, V65 Molotov again, like the P45 Nakota, very traditional aircraft in the game. Machine guns aren't explosive, they're just like regular machine guns, just like P45 Nakota. And then it has like the traditional missiles. I think both of those aircrafts have no cooldown on the missile though, so they don't have to like reload their missiles for like a couple seconds. They went to like a buzzard, which is nice. But yeah. Very traditional grinding jet here. I do actually recommend the V65 Molotov though over the... I do actually recommend this over the P45 Nakota though. Because you can actually make some really insane landings with the V65 Molotov. This one's more of a jet, whereas the P45 Nakota is more of a plane, so it can probably take off much better than the P45 Nakota as well, being a jet and not a plane. Because obviously it has like the flame or whatever that comes out the back. And yeah, you wouldn't expect it much from my aircraft, but this aircraft can actually land very easily compared to a lot of other aircrafts, so it can actually land in some pretty tight spots compared to other aircraft. So for that reason, I highly recommend the V65 Molotov. I don't think the Insurgent's on discount. I think it's just glitched up at the moment. Yeah, that's not on discount right now. Alright, the Cargo Bob. But yeah, Cargo Bob. It's 1.7 mil exactly. We're like right under 1.8 million or something. And yeah, V65, that's 30% off if I didn't mention. But yeah, the Cargo Bob's the first 40% off discount of the event week, I believe. So instead of 30, it's at 40%. But yeah, Cargo Bob is a very useful vehicle. It can actually be used very efficiently for the import and export business in the game. So yeah, 2016's import-export DLC, you can use the Cargo Bob pretty efficiently to carry a bunch of vehicles and whatnot, with the like winch on it and whatnot. So Cargo Bob's a very good vehicle to get. But going into the Cargo Bob, if you don't want to purchase a Cargo Bob, you can actually just go to here where like the Merryweather HQ is. Same Merryweather HQ that's in that like Cayo Perico like setup prep mission, whatever. That involves the Valkyrie, that annoying prep mission for the Cayo Perico Heist. that same location is a very easy guaranteed location for the cargo bob. I think only the buzzard and the cargo bob can spawn in the helipad here for the Merryweather HQ. Whereas if you go to airport or Sandy Shores, all kinds of different variety kind of stuff can show up there. So as long as you're like a certain like high enough rank, you can actually get like an almost guaranteed cargo bob to spawn here anyways. So it's not necessarily worth purchasing unless you want like the spawn convenience of the cargo bob with Pegasus. And then obviously if you want to put it in the hangar, you can do that for a personal aircraft version as well. So yeah, it's an absolutely essential vehicle if you want to grind the import and export business. So if you do a lot of import-export business for the game, for the vehicle stealing business, then Cargo Bob could be very worth it. Plus the talk of the hot list or whatever with the like upcoming DLC kind of gives some import-export vibes. So if there's a similar thing that comes out that's similar to import-export in the new upcoming DLC, then the Cargo Bob could be a very good vehicle in the future as well if there's something like that for the next update that comes out. Since it has a lot of like vehicle kind of themed stuff. And yeah, Cargo Bob, you can open like the cargo ramp in it, but you can't put any vehicles in it. Unfortunately, you cannot put like a bicycle or even like a motorcycle in the Cargo Bob's like cargo ramp for some reason. Because it's like in an invisible wall behind it or something. Valkyrie. Valkyrie is a Prime Gaming discount and it's been a thing for a while now, so I'm not going to talk about it. Valkyrie is a 70% off Prime Gaming only discount. Essentially the best thing on it's the explosive cannon, but at the same time it's a very glass cannon vehicle. A glass cannon's a vehicle that has a lot of like real good firepower, but it's also a very weak, vulnerable vehicle as well. So it has a great explosive cannon, but it does blow up in one rocket, unlike the Hunter, which can tank a lot of missiles and whatnot, and has a very similar, if not exact, explosive cannon to the Valkyrie. So for that reason, I don't really recommend getting it at a Prime Gaming discount. I mean, obviously 70% off for Prime Gaming, that's very good, but yeah. Just wanted to summarize it a bit, since it's been a thing before. And then the Buzzard. I don't think the Buzzard's on discount right now, though I could be wrong. Okay, no, the Buzzard's not on discount. I'm just glitched up at the moment. Dock Tees should be next. There's two vehicles actually on Dock Tees on discount, because the Kraken's actually on discount for the event week. So I'll start off with the Toro, Amphidotti Toro. So it doesn't have weapons or anything, so I'll probably be going over the performance and whatnot. But yeah. The Toro for lap time is 9th place for lap time on the Toro for the boats class. And then top speed for the Toro is 10th place. And yeah, that's for the boats class, which only has like 18 vehicles in the game. So top 10 for a boat kind of is not really all that impressive. Nowhere near one of the best performing boats. Really, you only want it if you... Yeah. Really, you would only want it, I'd say, if you are huge on collecting all the different boats and Pegasus vehicles in the game. If you're not huge on collecting all the Pegasus vehicles in the game, that's honestly quite a waste. Plus, I think certain models of the yacht come with Toros as well, so that's kind of something as well with the yachts into account as well. And then the Kraken. Kraken's a 40% off discount as well. It shows it as a $0 sale because I do have the vehicle for free because I'm a returning player from the 7th gen version or something. So if you're a returning player from the 7th gen, then this discount doesn't matter too much. as long as you have them both like linked to a social club or something. But yeah, the submersible, the Kraken submersible is a 40% off discount, so 1.3 million. It's definitely under $1 million, I'd say. But yeah, again, it's not going to perform all that great. It performs better than the Visa though, I'm pretty sure, so that's interesting. But yeah, Kraken's a 15th place on the lap time for the boats class out of 18 vehicles, not that great again. Top speed on the Kraken is 15th place as well, actually. So 15th place lap time and top speed for the boats class on the Kraken, which actually makes it the best performing submarine in the game. So yes, it's even better performing than the Visa, which I think is actually the worst performing. I believe I went over that in my review on the Visa. But yeah. If you want the best performing submarine, then definitely get the Kraken. If for some reason you don't have it for free, if you're not a returning player from like the 7th gen versions of the game and whatnot. But it's not that worth it. You might as well just go for a Torador from the Cayo Perico Heist, obviously. And then the last discount will be the Slam Truck. So instead of $1,310,000, it's $786,000. So like $500,000 to almost $600,000 on the Slam Truck here. But yeah, Slam Truck currently in the game is not all that great, I'd say. It has hydraulics, which is interesting, but the hydraulics don't do much. It lets you raise the vehicle up and whatnot, which is cool if you have a vehicle on it, but the thing is, you can't put vehicles on it. Like, you can put vehicles actually on it, you just can't, like, strap it on or something with, like, the press of, like, right on the D-pad or something. So this vehicle is very disappointing. It doesn't have the option to even, like, put vehicles on the back of it without them, like, falling off or anything. Obviously you can put a vehicle on it, but it can still, like, fall off of it since there's no, like, prompt to put it on or something. But it's a utility vehicle, I believe. But yeah. The Slam Truck's a utility vehicle, and it's actually second place for the utility class, which only has like 19 vehicles, and there's a lot of really slow vehicles in that class. So Slam Truck's a really good performing vehicle for the utility class, but obviously no one's really doing utility races, I imagine, so it's not really that worth getting for performance, honestly, when no one's really going to be racing with it, I'm pretty sure, in terms of like utility races and whatnot. Utility races are like meme races, essentially. But yeah, second place lap time and top speed for the utility class, which is not a class that gets DLC vehicles traditionally. So yeah, the best thing it has is the hydraulics, which you can't even really do much with it, because you can't strap vehicles on the vehicle's ramp in the first place. Like, obviously, like I said, you can actually put vehicles on it, you just can't, like, put them on there for good. I mean, you still have to drive really carefully with the Slam Truck if you want to keep a vehicle on it. So 40% off. 40% off is actually a pretty normal vehicle discount, so 40% off is where I'd say the Slam Truck might finally start to get worth it in the slightest. Like, when it was like 25% off and stuff before, I think it was 25% off before, it definitely wasn't worth it, but 40% off now, it's kind of getting a little tempting. But this is like right before DLC's coming out, so not really that worth it, I'd say. Ooh, okay. But I think this was the last discount, not including Prime Gaming. Alright, yeah, that was it for discounts. But yeah. that was it for the vehicle discounts. Just want to make sure I'm covering everything so far on the news wire before I go into the survivals and whatnot. Alright, yeah. I did every single event week thing. I talked about every single thing in terms of money opportunities, how to go about them and whatnot. So far, I might update my little guide on the money RP on the survivals for this current event week stream after I do the 2021 survivals, where I'm more informed on those ones and all. But yeah. Before I go into the survivals, I do want to talk a little bit more what I was talking about with the vaulting of content, in a sense. Assuming I can finally describe it well, because I'm not good at explaining things the easiest in a way. But yeah. As I mentioned, there is a little paragraph in the Rockstar Newswire where they announced that they're starting to vault content, essentially, aka remove jobs and then bring them back at certain points and whatnot. Like I said, they did that with Bombushka Run. As you can see, there's no Bombushka Run, because that's BO, which would be between BE and BU. But yeah. I made the argument about, like, if they're running out of space, just make, like, categories and then subcategories on, like, other pages and whatnot. What I mean by that is, they could combine all 7 air quotas, they could make that all one button that says air quota. Then you press the air quota button and it goes to air quotas 1 through 7. What I basically mean is that they could rework this, like, menu here, like, entirely. Like, look at all the different individual jobs on here. Like, it's ridiculous scrolling through all of these. So if it's because of, like, clutter on the adversary modes, then yeah. If they're vaulting content because of, like, the clutter in the menus, then they just need to rework their UI on the menus. It's that simple. Just rework their UI and just make one button for air quota and then put all 7 in that one button as, like, a second page for the button or something. Like, actually, it's that simple. Like, put all 7 of most of these different adversary modes, make it one button, you have to press the one button, and then you get to see the 7 different maps and whatnot. Like, if it's to, like, reduce the clutter on these menus, then just work on your UI, Rockstar, and not take out modes. Hopefully that explains it slightly better. So that's my little stance on the vaulting of content. Which I don't like the idea of vaulting content whatsoever. I think it's best to just keep things in the game unless it's like holiday related. Then I understand vaulting it if it's holiday related, but if it's something that feels should be permanently in the game, then try your best to keep it permanently in the game. I don't see how getting rid of one adversary mode suddenly makes, like, the space a lot less cluttered or something. Anyways, I'll be playing these survival maps. I'll check real quick on my stream again, I think. Alright. So, there's one with no check mark. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's from day 1 of the game. That's not one of the new ones. Okay, so there's Glass Heroes, I believe, like I said, for the new survivals, Quartz Survival, my Botsu Motor Survival, Quarry Survival, Scrapyard Survival, Underpass Survival, and then Vespucci Canal Survival. Those are the 7 new survivals. There are other ones I don't have checkmarked, but they aren't new. Like this one, this is from day one of the game. It's just one I haven't played, I guess from 2013, I guess. So I'll start with Glass Hero Survival. But yeah. Okay, this shows like with the 2019 ones, you do have the option for endless waves, as I expected. So 2019 and 2121 survivals support endless waves, whereas the 2013 survivals do not support endless waves, because they were made before endless waves were a thing for the 2013 survivals. Alright, I might try to change my outfit if I can. Okay, can I change outfit, hopefully? I don't know where I want to hide, honestly. Because obviously I haven't played these maps yet. Because they're new. Oh, damn. Alright, round one was apparently just melee weapons, it looked like. How am I getting shot that bad from here? What? Tell me they're shooting through those bars? Like, what? So it's the last one that's even alive, like what? Oh, come on. How come they're allowed to be out there? That's not cool. Oh, great. Oh, great, I'm running out of ammo on the clip. Or whatever the fuck. Come on, no. I'm about to die, great. Oh, whatever. I'm just trying to experience the maps, though. I'm not really necessarily trying to get as far as I can on them. So I'm just trying to get a small little taste on them anyways, so I don't really care too much. Like 40 quartz. I think these are all the other new ones, actually. Okay, next in alphabetical order would be the quartz survival. But in my opinion, the cover was pretty sporadic all over the place and stuff like that. This one I feel looks a lot more exciting already, to be quite honest. And no, I'm not salty just because I died real quick or something. I just don't really feel that one was all that fun, to be quite honest. This reminds me of the story mode mission so far, kind of, actually. Reminds me of the story mode mission with Michael and Trevor in this area here. Oh, come on, how come they get to be in the stairs and stuff, and I can't? That's annoying. Oh, yo, police officer. Security, yeah. Oh, it's not some random gang members. Trying to remember what it was called, to wrap up, actually. I think that story mode mission is. But yeah, it was definitely called to wrap up, I think, for the... Yeah, it was definitely called to wrap up for the mission that was here in the story mode. Mine gives me vibes from that. Again, they probably just started with, like, melee weapons. Okay, can maybe get advantage if more come up from these stairs. Okay, where are these ones coming from? Already going up these stairs? Apparently. Helicopter already in round 2. Definitely don't recall a helicopter at all in round 2. Ooh, yo, a buzzard. Perfect, because again, that reminds me of the wrap-up, which is pretty cool. I think in the wrap-up story mode mission, it was like the attack ones, though. Oh, gee. Oh. That one actually kind of snuck up on me somehow, but okay. Oh, I have to change my outfit every single time? That's annoying. I did not realize that actually until now. Somehow. Did not notice I was bright red, apparently. this one a lot more than the previous one because of the buzzard that spawned. Again, this gives a lot of like the wrap-up vibes from the story mode. Which that's a really cool theme for a survival. I think for sure if they were actually going for that kind of theme. For all I know, they might have been going for that kind of theme on purpose. Okay, they're going up these stairs. Guess they're going over here. Are they coming from above? Oh yeah, they're coming from above apparently. Oh gee. Cover here if I can. Oh great, now there's ones here. I like the varying heights here actually, that they spawn from. Oh come on. Not trying to die right now. Oh, come on. Okay, I'm not gonna snack, I don't care. I just, like I said, I just want to experience these survivals. Not necessarily for super long on every map or anything. But yeah, I can say, even though I lasted just as long on that one compared to the other one, that one was definitely a lot better, I'd say, than the one before it. I think Meibatsu Motor Survival seems to be next. I really liked the theme of that one though. I'm assuming they kind of, I feel they purposely referenced the wrap up from story mode on that court survival map for sure. Definitely think that's what they were going for. Or I hope so, at least. Alright, this one, I remember this area from like a contact mission, I believe. Yeah, it's this time I remember to put this on, since I didn't notice to put it back to my red outfit. Or channel outfit, as I should say. Again, probably just a bunch of melee weapons for round one. Wonder where I should go. Okay, I might try to go on these stairs if I can. Man, of course I thought about that. Wait, what the heck? Was I going through the stairs? I feel I was literally going through the stairs there. Kinda wanna should use my marksman rifle Mark II. That's a really beast gun. Just the rate of fire is not good on it. I believe that's what it's called. I don't know why I haven't been using that yet, but yeah. Really? How come they get the beater? That's not fair. Then I gotta wait forever for them. This would have helped significantly if I was using this in the previous maps. If I didn't think about it for some reason. I think it would have helped a lot. Guess I'll try this here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, that was not worth it, apparently. Alright, I got armor, that's gonna like go away instantly, isn't it? Shit, come on! Wow, actually made it to around 4, it looks like. Alright, first time to pass our wave 3 so far. Dang it, I'm not going for endless waves necessarily on any of these. Hopefully I've been remembering to turn on endless waves. Not that I'm probably gonna make it to wave 10 even, but still. But this one's really good for the early rounds. It seems not so much for the late rounds. The later rounds. Oh my gee. Alright, helicopter. I'm still not gonna slack, it's not worth it. Great, whatever. Okay, definitely don't like that one as much as the Quartz Survival, but I think it was at least better than the first map I was on. Alright, so there's 4 left. Vespucci, Scrapyard. I think this one's the next. Like, it's not showing one of them, I guess, because Mibatsu's on there again. So if there is one that gets skipped for some reason, I'll make sure to do it. So I guess I'm doing scrapyard next. Which if this one's in the actual interior, that would be pretty cool. If it's not in the interior, then it's kind of a waste. If it's not in the interior, I'm calling it quite a waste for sure. Are you serious? You know how cool this would have been if it was in the interior, like with the nuclear silo survival? That would have been so cool. Would have replicated the like story mission. Yeah, it would have replicated the story mission. Kind of would have been really cool. Oh, I thought it would have been the Rogers scrapyard. I guess it wasn't. Because it's a completely different scrapyard. I think it's the same scrapyard where you get one of the vehicles for one of Barry's like stranger missions as Franklin, I believe. I thought it would have been like one in one story mission though. And then it would have been in the interior. That would have been so cool. This seems kind of lame though, I'm not gonna lie. Or not really lame, I like this map so far already. Scrapyard looks like it's got a lot of places for cover and stuff. Compared to some other maps. And again, I gotta change my outfit then. I might hide in a bus, I don't know. Get in a bus, damn it. I don't know if it's a good place or not. Okay, my shooting's getting really bad in here, isn't it? Nah, I don't even dare go on the bus, fool. It's my bus and my bus only. But yeah, this is a pretty bad spot, I chose to stand. Like, start to shoot out of it, but maybe it's kind of good for killing them, I don't know. Why is that looking on to that one mainly? Okay, come on. Oh, so I'm trying to get in my bus again. And I'm probably gonna kill my bus, damn it. And if I do, then I'll just move on to the next map. I don't care too much. Like I said, I'm just wanting a small little taste of these maps, because obviously it would probably get quite old pretty quickly anyways. Okay, what the heck? More of these balls are in my bus. Okay, I'm getting out of this bus with the next round. As fun as it was. Yeah, it put me in a really dangerous situation, it seems. Is there another bus that would be really good? I wonder though. Probably not. Dang it. I was hoping they would have an empty bin, but they probably learned from this Step City survival not to have that kind of cover. I might try up here, I don't know. Like the elevation here. But like, I don't have much cover around me or nothing. Come on. Go over here. Gee. This has advantages and disadvantages, of course, like everything in this world. And, no, that's gonna be horrible. Shit. Get out here. Oh, great. Damn it! Man, there being like a swarm of African fucking bees or some shit. What the fuck? Which is like a swarm of African bees or some shit. Quarry, Underpass, Vespucci. Okay, I think Quarry is definitely next alphabetical. That map was kind of interesting, but it would have been so cool to have a map in the, like, Rogers scrapyard, that interior from the story mode. It would have been so cool to have it one in the interior like that, similar to nuclear silo survival. I just know that one was ways it's an option, and I can't even get anywhere close unless I were to hella snack and hella body armor and stuff. But I don't feel like doing that, quite honestly. I'd rather use that stuff for, like, heists and stuff. Like, non-Cayo Perico Heist, I mean, for snacks and stuff. Probably would rather have it for, like, original Doomsday Heist for my armor and my snacks. I don't feel like filling up every single time I use any of them. Anyway, up from here, maybe. God damn it. Of course, counts as leaving a survival. God damn it. A ladder up here. Come on. That's not following of all these fucking boundaries, damn it. Kidding. I get why they do it. I got shot in wave 1. It's shocking. This is the first time I got shot in wave 1, I guess. I don't want to see if there's a way up any of that stuff without it being out of bounds or something. But you can still climb. And I get 30 seconds anyways, so I'm gonna try. Ah, did it kick me off? Oh, no, it didn't. Okay, sweet. Oh, yeah, I can go on here. Ah, what the? Come on. I had to ruin all my fun, because they have to move, of course. Unless it's possible to stay on this thing or not. Dang it. That's still not fun. That'd be so much fun if I could just go up one of those, but nope. Game's not meant for fun, I guess. Oh shit, Merriweather Mesas, okay. That's an interesting choice. Oh, okay, whatever. I don't care. Oh, whatever. I felt this one was going to be a lot more fun being in the quarry and stuff, but okay. It would have been so much funner in the area below, because there's like a lot more elevation there, but yeah. Quarry seems like a wasted potential for sure. Underpass. Okay. Underpass seems to be my only option. My only new option. And I think there's just a Vespucci one then. Oh, underpass. I think this is the same area during the big score. I think this is during the big score subtle approach. I think it's that same area. Pretty interesting location. I remember that gunfight being pretty hard in story window. Where should I cover, I wonder? And that's where there's just too much cover spots to choose from, though. I know Guilty Master made a video on his maps and stuff, but I never watched it yet or something. I think it just came out yesterday or something. So it's pretty recent, and I didn't want to like spoil them before I did this event week stream or anything. Wanted my own experience on these maps first. But I think Guilty Master made a video on these maps, so I'll have to watch those later. I'll have to watch it later, because I think it was only one video. Man, Val's got some smoking bitches though, holy shit. They're totally essay material, whatever. And I don't mean like essay like a paper or some shit, I mean like ESE, cause why not? I went for Vago's theme actually on my Imperator, which is the latest vehicle I was purchasing when it came to grinding Cayo Perico Heist, which I was doing before the stream and then a couple of days before that as well. I think I named my Imperator Vado. Yeah, VATTO, like electricity and Vagos combined in a way. So I made it like a Vagos themed arena vehicle, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna still die here. Man, they sure know how to shoot apparently. I'm talking about the girl characters only. Why not? Man, that was the one I killed him, dang it. Oh! Trying to sneak up on me, dang it. Oh, no, I forgot to put on my outfit. Oh, come on. Damn it. I forgot to put on my fucking outfit. Jeez, damn it. That one's pretty cool though, because it replicates one of the like scenes in the subtle big score approach like I mentioned for the story mode. Alright, Vespucci Canal Survival. It's probably the last one, I'm guessing. But yeah. I'm not the most aware of these like maps and like which one would be the best so far. I don't know, I kind of think I like the 2019 Survivals better in a way. Dang it, I don't know anything about these maps, so all that much in terms of like skill, purpose and all that, so I don't know. But I might do a little overview on the maps, kind of, and thoughts on them and stuff. Like, after I'm done with the last one, of course. Okay, come on, it feels like it's gonna take them forever to get to me in this particular map. I don't know if that's more of a good thing or a bad thing. Yeah, I can't even go over there, and it's gonna take them that long to get to me, and that's annoying. Like, yeah, obviously I can, and I have 30 seconds to get back and stuff. That's pretty irritating. come on. How did my character let that one do so much damage? I can't believe I forgot to do my outfit though for the last one like before this, I mean. Seriously, can't believe I got shot by that dude with the pistol so much though. I think it was a pistol I was getting shot by. Right. God, how restrictive this fucking one is. Oh, come on. Like, is it just me, or does this map kind of work the best for the assault shotgun between all these maps, though? I don't know, maybe Underpass is pretty good for the assault shotgun, because I don't think there's a lot of, like, space stats revealing all above my character, or something like there is with most of these maps. Or just kind of like a ceiling, for example, in the Underpass, where there's, like, all the other maps, I don't think have that. Man, I keep accidentally going out like that. Thinking it's part of the actual map, damn it. Okay, where is this one? Quite curious what vehicle that is, quite honestly. Not all that familiar with that one. In terms of that vehicle there. It's pretty cool though, not gonna lie. but it can sure as hell go, that's for sure. Maybe it was just a regular comment, I don't know. I feel it might have been like a SR comment or something, I don't know. I feel all these buildings and stuff and like the narrow alleys between them and whatnot, I feel makes the assault shotgun very viable on this map, that's for sure. So I think because of that, I'm kind of liking this and putting it, would probably put it towards one of my more favorite maps for sure. Then again, it might just be bias having it as the last map I'm playing it, assumingly. Oh, what the heck? What the hell? It's got a whole clip unloaded into my ass, apparently. So I have to reload all the time for some reason. Some slight OCD that kicked in there, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, I was only wanting a little taste of all the maps anyways, though, so I'm cool with it. I didn't want to be in any of the maps, like, forever or anything. Too bad I didn't get to make it to Endless Waves, but I don't think I got to make it to Endless Waves on any of the maps before. Okay, sure, my character is totally clipping through there, apparently. $20,000 for all those maps. And that's on money, of course. So you gotta really know these maps if you're gonna make some good money from them, in a sense. So if you do good enough on any of the maps, the survivals can definitely be the better money opportunity. But if you don't think you're gonna do that good in the survival maps, then the 3 times money RP on free mode events might be more your thing, of course. Especially if you're in like 6+ player lobbies. As long as there's 6 or more players in lobbies that are outside of like apartments and stuff like that, then yeah, that's kind of the best way to go about free mode events, getting them to spawn and whatnot. 3 to 5 player lobbies don't work, and 1 to 2 player lobbies don't work either. 3 to 5 don't work because that's only allows for business battles to spawn. Only business battles to spawn if there's a 3 to 5 player lobby, I believe. But if you want free mode events, 6 or more, stuff on the way, like I mentioned before. But yeah. Like I said, I would avoid the... Okay, and of course my DualShock 4 battery is being low, apparently. But yeah. Like I said, I would have probably avoided the 2013 GTA Online maps. The 2013 maps, like I said, don't have the Endless Wave option. And obviously if you can make it past 10 waves, you might as well go Endless for more money and whatnot. So yeah, 2013 maps, because they don't have Endless Waves, not worth doing for survival maps. 2019 and 2021 maps support the Endless Waves, obviously. So any of the newer survivals are definitely much preferred over the old survivals in terms of making money. And if you can somehow find a really good strategy for any of those maps, then that could be better off than the remote events and challenges if you wanted to play anything in the event week. But obviously, there's a DLC coming out, so Cayo Perico Heist is definitely still the best, as it has been pretty much every single event week. No event week even competed with Cayo Perico Heist, and that's on default even, I'd say. Not even import-export, like, double on import-export, not even double on import-export competed in my opinion. Because I can do like 3 cars solo in an hour. And that's like solo play, I mean, not like with friends and stuff. But yeah, this might be the last event week stream for the Cayo Perico Heist DLC. Next event week stream could probably obviously be during the next DLC. And yeah, Blood Money is coming out at some point today for Red Dead Online. So sometime later today I might start streaming for Red Dead Online Blood Money. Check out Red Dead Online Blood Money out and whatnot. Check it out and whatnot. Pretty hyped for Blood Money. Though, to be honest, I'm not too, like, I don't know, I'm hyped, but, no, I'm not thinking it's gonna be, like, a game-changing update, especially if there's not much to purchase. They didn't really mention much of a bunch of purchasable, like, items and whatnot. So there better be, like, some stuff to purchase with the money, with blood money and whatnot. Because if there's no, like, if there's not a lot of stuff to purchase with the blood money update, it's gonna be a disappointment, I feel. Because, like, I already have, like, all the, like, important role stuff. All the, like, stuff I can get for roles are, like, all purely cosmetic, kind of. Or obviously I could get, like, horses from those roles, but I'm pretty happy with the 1, 2, like, 3 horses I already have. Even if I have 10 stable slots. And, like, more than half of them aren't even filled yet, I don't think. Horses are super expensive, though. And like I said, not worth it. So, I'm really hoping Blood Money does good. Like, I'm hyped for it, it seems very hyped. Finally getting a very true outlaw role. I don't know if Moonshiners... Moonshiners was probably the most true outlaw role. Was probably the most true outlaw DLC for Moonshiners. So, Blood Money can do very good, for sure. Just the one thing I'm most concerned about is the lack of possible purchasable stuff. And they should really bring the M1899. I think it's about time we get the high power pistol into online. Seriously, we had the high power pistol and the M1899 in fucking story mode for over a year now, and it hasn't made its way into online at all, I don't think. At least not as a purchasable, like, gun or anything. But yeah, that's finally gonna be it for this event week's... Wait, not yet. I didn't break the maps yet, in a way. I didn't get to talk about them yet. Glass Heroes Survival. Honestly, I think that one was one of the worst ones. I didn't feel there was a lot of, like, cover opportunities much, and I feel it was, like, really restrictive where you could go and whatnot. So, yeah. I know it's the first one, so I might be kind of biased, but it was the first one I did, so I might be kind of biased there. Because I don't remember it the best compared to the other maps, obviously. But the first one I did. But I don't really feel this one was all that great. Court Survival. I loved Court Survival. I really loved this one. Reminds me a lot of the wrap-up mission, like I said, from Story Mode, which is one of the last storyline missions, I think. It's probably within, like, the last 5 to maybe 10 storyline missions, maybe, for the Story Mode. Maybe 15, at most. So yeah, it reminded me a lot of the wrap-up Story Mode mission, which I really enjoyed. Mabatsu Motors Survival. Reminds me of the Factory Closure. It reminds me of the Factory Closure free mode co-op mission, I think, from the Contact missions that I covered on, like, one episode of Contact Mission content. But, I don't know. That one was, like, too open, and I don't feel there's a lot of good cover positions. I feel a lot of the cover was pretty short. Like, the construction things and whatnot. Quarry Survival. I feel this one was pretty disappointing. I expected better from a Quarry Survival. It was even in the elevated parts of the quarry. Like, the parts of lots of elevation. It looked like it was in this part of the quarry. Yeah, it was definitely in this part, because these are, like, all the parts there. It would have been so much cooler having it over here in the quarry, because there's all the, like, elevation, and they could attack you from, like, above and stuff. Would have been pretty unique, kind of, in a way. So yeah, I feel the quarry one was pretty disappointing. Kind of expected better. Would have been cool having, like, construction workers attacking you, kind of. Because there's, like, the Cayo Perico setup stuff where you can steal the cutting torch from the construction workers. Would have been cool if they were kind of able to get their little revenge and then they could spawn, they could drive in, like, dump trucks and stuff. That would be pretty cool. Maybe, like, bulldozers and stuff. It would have been pretty cool like that, in my opinion. But yeah, Quarry I think was pretty disappointing. That might just be my opinion though, but still. I'm giving my own opinion after all, and everyone has the right dead areas after all. 3 more, I believe. Scrapyard survival. This was not what I was expecting. I was expecting it to be in Roger's scrapyard. Like, I would have liked an interior one. Like, remember this one from 2019? This one was like in a full-on interior to nuclear silo, which is pretty unique. You would think they would have at least done one in an interior, but nope. They kind of missed the mark with what made the 2019 ones kind of cool, with the nuclear silo one in particular. But yeah. I was expecting it in the Roger Scrapyard interior, to be quite honest. I don't know why I was expecting it in that interior, knowing Rockstar don't really like doing that stuff too often. I would have been a cool use for the Roger Scrapyard interior. Could have had a survival in there that could have been reminiscent to that story mode mission. The hugest story mode kind of like vibe I got from it was the Barry Stranger mission where you like towed a Emperor or whatever with the weed in it or whatever. So yeah, this one was pretty disappointing in my opinion. Some of the decor survival, I kind of expected a bit more from those couple. In my opinion, those are some of the weakest maps of the batch from these 7. Underpass survival. This one was pretty cool in my opinion, because it reminds me of the big score subtle approach, where you use like the dominators and stuff like that. I remember there was like the shooting scene in the underpass and that, like, in that approach of the big score, there was the shooting scene in the underpass, which is pretty cool. It reminds me a lot of that. Obviously, it wasn't like Merryweather, it was like Vagos, but still. So still gave me a lot of good vibes from that one. And yeah, last but not least, the Vespucci Canal survival. I don't think the location was really as iconic as like the underpass survival and then like the quartz survival and the way they went about them, in my opinion. So I don't think it's as good as quartz and the underpass, in my opinion. But yeah, Vespucci Canals, like I said, there's like all that space between those buildings, which makes the like assault shotgun really fun to use. So personally, because I love the assault shotgun, Vespucci Canals I think is within my top 3, I'd say, for the new survival maps. Yeah. Those are all just my opinions, obviously. If anyone wants to share their opinions on any of the maps, feel free, obviously. But yeah. My favorite, probably for sure, was probably Quartz Survival. I don't know, either that or the Underpass. Kinda hard to choose between those, but I think because of the buzzard appearing in round 2, helicopters don't typically appear that fast. It was pretty cool. But yeah, I only got to hit 4 rounds within any of the survivals, so that was quite funny. But yeah, I don't feel any of them was as cool as 2019's like nuclear silo survival. I think the nuclear silo survival is kind of my favorite between all the survivals in the game, because it actually is an interior, whereas like all the other Rockstar created ones are in exteriors. Like, it would have been really cool to have like 7 that took place in interiors only. That would have been pretty cool. Like, maybe this time they went about like an interior approach. I'd love to see them do another wave of survivals where they do nothing but 7 interior maps. Nothing but in interiors. That would be pretty cool. But yeah. I mean, any survival maps is better than no new survival maps. I'm just saying they could have been a lot more, I feel, than what they were. At least for a little over half of them, at least, I'd say. But yeah, those are all my opinions on survivals and stuff. But yeah. next stream is going to be the Reddit Online Blood Money DLC Day 1 stream or whatever, which I might be doing that very late, like I did today, kind of. So very late in the day. Maybe like an hour-ish earlier or something. Hour and a half-ish earlier maybe, and then the stream started. But yeah, doing that stream I'll probably mainly go over the changes and stuff. I might not be playing too much of the actual update. I might mainly be going over the changes for Blood Money, not actually playing much of the content necessarily. And that's what I typically do for day 1 is I mainly go over changes and additions of the update, not much of the like gameplay aspects of like actually getting like Capitale and whatnot, for example. But yeah, I think that's finally gonna be it for the stream. Hope you enjoyed.